Hi everyone, so today we're going over long division. First, some terms. So first we have the dividend. The dividend is the number that is being divided. For 8 divided by 3, 8 is being divided by 3, so 8 is the dividend. Next, we have the divisor. The divisor is a number that is dividing the dividend. So for 8 divided by 3, 8 is being divided by 3. So the divisor is 3. The quotient is the number that comes out as a result of the division. For 8 divided by 3, our whole number is 2. So our quotient is 2. The remainder is the number that is left behind from the division if it is not full division. In this case, it is also 2. So here is our first problem. 473 divided by 2. Our first step is to figure out how many times the divisor goes into the first digit of the dividend. In this case, 2 goes into 4 2 times. So we put 2 on top where the quotient is. And then we multiply 2 by 2. We put it down here to get 4. 2 times 2 is 4. We would subtract this, and we would only be subtracting the first digits. That would give us 0. Next, our second step is to move the second digit down. Now we have 7. We repeat the steps. How many times does 2 go into 7? 2 goes into 7 3 times. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. Next, we move down the next digit. We have 13. 2 goes into 13 how many times? 2 goes into 13 6 times. 6 times 2 is 12. And 13 minus 12 is 1. 1 is our remainder. So our answer would be 236, and then the remainder over the divisor, so in 1/2. This is our second problem, 1437 divided by 11. For this problem, 11 is a 2-digit number. So first step, how many times does 11 go into the first digit of our dividend? That means how many times does 11 go into 1? 11 doesn't go into 1, so we put 0. Now we move on to the entire next digit. Since 11 doesn't go into 1, we have to take the next digit into account. So how many times does 11 go into 14? 11 goes into 14 1 time. 1 times 11 is 11. So we subtract 14 minus 11. 14 minus 11 is 3, and then we move the next digit down. Now we repeat the steps. How many times does 11 go into 33? 11 goes into 33 3 times. So we subtract, and we get 0. Now we move the next digit down. Now 11 doesn't go into 7, because 11 is larger than 7. That means 7 is our remainder. The answer to this would be 13 and the remainder over the divisor. So 13 and 7 over 11. So here is our last problem, 7 divided by 20. In this example, our divisor, which is 20, is greater than our dividend, which is 7. This means that we will most likely be getting a decimal point as our answer. So how do we do this? When you see that the divisor is larger than the dividend, we would add a decimal point to the top on the quotient. Then that would allow us to add a 0 to the end of the dividend. Now, the dividend doesn't change to 70, but we are just adding the 0 there to help us divide. So now we can repeat those steps. How many times does 20 go into 70? 20 goes into 70 3 times. So we would add a 3 after the decimal point. So we multiply 3 times 20, which is 60, and we would subtract. Then we get 10. How many times does 20 go into 10? 20 doesn't go into 10, but since we have a decimal point here, we can add another 0. So how many times does 20 go into 100? 20 goes into 100 5 times, so we add a 5 here in the quotient. 20 times 5 is 100. That would give us 0. So our answer does not have a remainder. It is just 0.35.